Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm back out here with some jug lines and I've got some shad with me today. This will be the first time I'm trying them out and we're going to see if we can catch a few blue catfish. For those unfamiliar with jug fishing, it's an older technique that involves having some type of floating object with a line attached and a hook on the other end, generally a circle hook. So back in the day, a lot of plastic jugs were used. You don't see that quite as much these days simply because if a fish were to take it underwater or get caught on structure and the water would rise, you'd have floating jugs all over the water basin. Didn't look very nice. These will deteriorate eventually at about a year's time. So anything you have attached will essentially kind of float to the bottom of the river, which, don't get me wrong, still isn't ideal, but it is a little bit better than polyethylene jugs floating around. So what I have is a PVC pipe with a weight in it, a pool noodle, and then line and a size 8 circle hook. Some of them I also have size 5 circle hooks. And the reason I have a weight in the PVC is it sits flat in the water like this, but when a fish tugs on it, it's going to tug on this line, pull it from the bottom, and that weight's going to go to the bottom of this jug and it's going to sit upright, indicating that there's a fish on or that it's been struck and I need to check the bait. So the spot I chose today is a small creek that's only about 7 feet deep in the deepest parts. It's regularly between 4 and 5 feet deep, and it's about 45 minutes from the launch, which is a little concerning given the thunderstorms and whatnot. But the biggest thing is it's a holiday weekend and there are a lot of boaters out, a lot of fishermen out. I don't want anybody messing with my jugs, and I'm not saying people inherently will, but the more people are out, the greater chance they will. So I'm going to try to put them back here far enough to where people just generally won't mess with them while I'm away, and hopefully have a few more chances at catfish as everybody's fishing out in the main lake and everything. Now normally I come out here, I usually catch bluegill, cut them, and use them as very fresh bait. Today, for convenience, I just bought some shad. This is the first time I've ever used shad for catfish bait on jugs. I know people have had success with them in the past. A lot of catfishermen love using them on rod and reel. So I want to cut this one up into about 3 pieces. I want to cut these fins off, such as this tail here, with these nice mustad bait scissors. And we'll get these on the jugs, and I'll show you how to set them out. So I have my first jug here. This has a 5/0 circle hook on it. All my jugs either have 5/0 or 8/0. 5/0 are good for smaller fish, so anywhere between 4 and say about 15 pounds, and these 8/0 are a little bit stronger, better for anything above 10 pounds. So I like to have a little bit of a mixture of both. It's not to say you can't catch big fish on 5/0 if you have really strong ones. I have relatively small ones currently, just kind of working through those until I get some bigger ones. All I'm going to do is take a piece of shad. I want to hook it right at the top. The thing is, you don't want to have a whole lot of bait hooked. You just want to have it to where it's in the bait holder and you can get that circle hook into a fish's mouth. So as you can see, have it in the bait slot. There's plenty of hook tip there. I cleaned off all the scales and that's ready to go into the water. Set it down, set my bait weight to the top of it, lay it down in the water, let my horn go off as well, and then I'm going to move up about 50 yards and keep going and setting out jugs. If it's your first time jugging, it's always good to have a second person on board. That way you can drive the boat and set jugs out at the same time. Once you do it a couple of times though, you do get pretty good practice at it, and you can do it with just one person on board. It's just always nice to have a little extra company as well though. So again, bait, hook, I want to set it at the top. Just going to pinch through the skin, come through, make sure any scales are clear of that circle hook, lay it down in the water, weights in, keep on going. Just the final time, got my piece of bait in hand, 5/0 hook. Not going to have a whole lot through it, clear the barb of any scales. Throw it over, set it down in the water, and just keep on going. I think you got the main process now, so let's go ahead, set all these jugs out down the river, and then wait a little while and see if we have anything on them. right, my final jug. And the way I know this is also my final jug is I have 3 pieces of tape on this one, and that just helps verify that this is the end of this particular line. In this case, my entire set. And that way I know if I have missed one, either I missed it back there or a fish, something of that nature, has taken it farther past this jug and there must be something on it. All right, that's it. I have 18 jugs out. They are all set. That's all I brought with me today. So now it's just time to take a minute, let them soak, and I might go ahead and put some limb lines out because I have a little bit of extra bait. Come back and check these in a couple hours and we'll see if we manage to catch any blue catfish. Now, I'm not a big limb line guy, but I've got a few extra hooks and a little bit of extra line. And this tree is just about perfect for limb lining, so I want to go ahead and at least throw a couple of these up, one on this and maybe a few other trees if I see them. When it comes to limb lining, all you got is a hook, piece of bait, drop it in the water. I like to put mine a couple feet in. About right there seems pretty good. It's about 2 to 3 feet deep. And then I'm just going to tie a knot along this line. And hopefully I'll get my first catfish on a limb line. I've done it in the past. I've caught a lot of gar on them. And not so much luck on catfish. I've caught one in my entire life on a limb line. So we'll see how this does. I've seen 2 jugs get dragged around the short time I've been back here, and I haven't set them out for a very long time at this point. So I know I've got the right bait and I know I've got the right spot, but I think what my problem is that the jugs I've made, the noodles, they're not quite long enough. They don't have enough flotation on them, and when they bring them underwater, the fish do, it's not putting enough pressure on that circle hook to get them in the corner of the mouth. And that way they're just able to swim with it to a tree where it'll just slide out of their mouth or something of that nature. So in the future when I make more jugs, I need to keep in mind I need to add a bit more pool noodle for better flotation and more pressure on the hook. Okay, dead ahead of me, there is a jug I put bait on 4 or 5 minutes ago. Surely I've got to get something on this one. I've seen them move around, I've seen them twist. This one has been all over the place. I've been watching it for the last couple of minutes. I should be able to get something. It's pulling it down. There we go. Yeah, there's a catfish. Not a very big one, but it's a start. Looks like a channel cat. Usually don't catch channels back here all that often. I usually catch blues, but let me pick it up and show you. There we have it. There's our first catfish of the day, a smaller one, but I want to keep them. Hopefully end up with a couple of others. If this is the size that are back here, I really need to go to smaller hooks. That may be my issue. Anyway, we'll just have to continue trying and continue putting bait out. The jug I rebaited just a couple of minutes ago. Already it looks like it has another fish on it. I mean, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. We'll see though. Yep. I don't know why this one keeps getting hit, but I've baited it 3 times in 15 minutes. And it's the only thing I seem to have any luck on as far as fish goes right now. Let me get out here in the channel a little bit. And I do apologize for the wind noise. I'm sure there is some at this point. Let me get him in. There we go. The first blue cat of the day. This is the smallest blue cat I have ever caught, and especially back here. To this point, the smallest one I've caught is a 4-pounder. This guy may be half a pound, but I can get 2 fillets off of him. I'm kind of in it for a meat haul today, so let's get this hook out and put him in the ice chest as well. Looks like I might have something on this one. It seems relatively small though. Yeah, it feels small, but there is something. Yep, another small blue cat, a little bit larger than that last one. Lots of small fish today. Usually I get much nicer fish from back here, but hey, that's okay. That's 3 in the ice chest now, a little bit more productive than what it was, so go ahead and bait this one back up and put it in as well. Well, it's coming down a bit more now, so I'm going to go ahead and put the top up to cover all the camera gear, make sure nothing gets damaged, and just let these things sit out and do their thing. Well, I went on anchor and I tried to wait this rain out for about 2-3 hours, about 2.5 hours. It's still raining, forecast doesn't expect it to stop raining, so I'm going to go ahead and go through my jug lines one more time, go ahead and start picking them up. And it's not the rain that's bothering me, but they've got these yellow flies stirred up and they are just biting me constantly. So it's about time to head on in, but we'll see if we have a few more cats on the line. Well, here's a jug in front of me that just popped up out of nowhere. Must be something heavy on it. There's a lot of bubbles. I'm a little concerned that's actually an alligator. If it is, it'll be the first one I've ever actually gotten on a jug line. That jug's gone. That's an alligator, there's no doubt about it. Oh my goodness, look at all these bubbles come up. It's all the way over there. That's an alligator. I don't know if I'm getting that one back. Oh. There's your sign. Oh, well, that gap's gone. There's no doubt in my mind that's gotta be an alligator. It's gotta be. Catfish wouldn't do that. So what I think it is? Ooh. Yeah, it is. All right. He's off. That's a 115-pound test. He broke it. So, well, there you have it. First alligator unintentionally. It did break off at a good point. That is probably 90% of that line. That line will also degrade, and that hook, it's steel, so it'll rust out probably within a month or so. So he'll be absolutely fine, but pretty cool to at least get a jug with a alligator on. It's something different I've never done before. Awesome. It's be a lot easier with my gaff, but I don't know what happened to that. Nope, it's a catfish, fortunately this time. Another small one, but it is one. Just got it all around these branches and whatnot. There we go. It is yet another channel cat, another small one, good eating size though. So we'll go ahead, get them off the hook, throw them in the ice chest as well. Well, one last surprise before I left. As soon as I got to the dock, got a greeting from Marine Police. They wanted to check a few things, but regardless, guys, I do hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please make sure to share, like, subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.